Well, I mean, what's happening, Gachet has been around for, well over 2 decades. And what's happening here is both somewhat specific to Vancouver, but it's also happening in other countries. And it's really a sad thing. And I don't think the public really understands what's happening in terms of healthcare um, and the arts. But really, through this kind of neoliberalism or whatever you want to call it, and this push from this withdrawal of governments from social kind of mandates and trying to dump it into a public sector or private sector, you've seen this kind of narrowing of healthcare, for example, into it's no longer healthcare, it's really disease care or illness care. These organizations essentially take no longer any responsibility for health. So anything that's is promotion, is prevention, or anything that is informal or might actually provide alternatives is cut out of the system. And of course, that's also the kind of thing that the private sector has very little interest in, because it's not a money-making kind of organizations. So we're finding this kind of, it's a kind of insidious oppression in a way. I mean, it's not the heavy-handed governmental oppression, but it is insidious in the same way. It's forcing a certain system of being, a certain way of thinking. That's been happening certainly around the world in many ways. And I think that's scary and sad.